Fred Harvey, Appetite for America by Stephen Fry. Who the hell is Fred Harvey? Fred Harvey was both a visionary and a reactionary, and he changed America's food chain restaurant from the railroads with a marketing genius strategy. An Englishman who came to America in the 1850s and in his early 40s started a revolutionary business feeding train passengers in the Wild West along the Santa Fe Railroad. As a family man and a father of 5, he balanced it well with business. Although he was always ill and his optic had to make sure that he was okay, he was focused to grow his business. Some of the main points from this book reading include: number 1, he allowed women to work in his restaurant as waiters, and this was successful, and the bath of Harvey girls came to be a big fortune in his chain restaurant. Fred gave Tom Gables a chance to make over his restaurant chain, and he fired the manager instantly. Though with no experience, Tom had a chance to make decisions to hire the Harvey girl and fire the slaves at that time because they were killed. For Fred Harvey, this was an awkward move, trusting someone with no experience, which I don't agree with, but I think by giving chance to people, he prospered. Tom had a great marketing fashion to the state of New Mexico in Raton. Dr. Galich mentions Facebook in his blog that is being boosted by acquiring different social media in order for it to stay afloat and in the lead. Facebook takes awkward moves like trying to install drones for everyone to acquire the internet and buy up Instagram, but they eventually pay off, just as the Harvey girls for Fred Harvey's business. Number 2, he became wealthy over time and bought his colleagues off the XYZ business for $50,000. Today, that's $1.1 million, more than 12 times that they originally invested 5 years before. Fred pulled his son Ford out of school to learn the restaurant business and all that he was doing, and he became genius in running it. Number 4, with the advancement of the automobile, the company survived and prospered by marketing its services straight to the motoring public. Further in the readings, Dr. Galich mentions in his article, beginning of quote, "As I look back to the 1980s, I see just how far we have come. As I look around West Texas Canyon, Amarillo, and beyond, I see we have indeed climbed a long way, but we have a long way to go. We've got to keep pedaling." End of quote. To me, it is exactly Fred Harvey's life. Though he often was ill and went to trips in Britain for the sake of his health, he made sure that Ford was being taught about the business and Brown was taking care of the management and marketing of his chain restaurant. And he depicts that business can be done no matter what the circumstance. The Montezuma Hotel tragedy, for example, in page 101. As Kitty the housekeeper tried to move everyone out due to the smell of smoke, it had burned down. But Fred was not discouraged though, and he rebuilt it again, and it burned down one more time, and he rebuilt it again. I do agree that business is a risk, and for us to be successful, we have to continue pedaling to reach the highest mark. On the clutches of the Grimstone, Fred Harvey passed away on February 9, 1901, with his family gathered around him, and Ford took over his business, who had the 10th Legion, in quotes, actually the top executives, to help him run the Harvey business. It is surprising that when restaurants were a hit, the Fred Harvey retail store intrigued customers, managed by John Hackle. There was Harvey Perfumery, drugstore, bookshop that delivered books, and gift shop. All this is marketing that Ford used to promote the business, which is important in its continuity. And this is as the blog mentions about the big fish trying to swallow the smaller fish, trying to take the businesses out. Ford was not ready to be run out, and he had to innovate pretty quick. And when he passed on the torch to his grandson before the business ceased, the Harvey business remains to be the starting point of how restaurants are to be run today, and is the foundation and became a sensation until to the heart of Walt Disney. And yes, that was and is a good marketing strategy.